Okay, am I good? I'm good. Back with the bad lighting, but this time I'm not going to spend 2 minutes trying to fix it. I actually meant to cut that part out, and I guess you are meant to see what I do sometimes before the videos start. So just make sure this is on public, I believe it is. And you'll see a card stopped as I was shuffling, and it goes along with the message that I'm picking up on. So I just left it right there for you guys to see, and we'll talk about what's going on here. I have 3 decks in front of me because I meant to start the monthly readings, which I am going to do. And there was something that was just letting me know it's not the time. So what I think is happening, and I'm going to put the video on here as well so I can see your guys' comments and respond to you. But what I feel is truly happening is there's something big that's going to happen. So I'm not sure exactly if it's planetary, because I do know planetary, like as of yesterday, some huge shifts happen. And basically, we are technically entering the new year saying goodbye to a lot, letting go of a lot. And like I said, there's a choice. And I pulled the cards yesterday and I posted the message because I wasn't able to record it. And there is a serious choice that had to be made. I kept the message as vague as possible, but to be honest, it was about, like, to be like direct, it was about someone having to choose between relationships. But I still felt like it didn't necessarily mean your person, as it could have as well meant you. You have to make a choice. Are you sticking in this any longer or not? Okay, let me have this on, and then I can see the comments much more clearly. Sorry about the lighting, and hi everyone. Okay, so as I was saying, is, bottom line, there is a choice. But in the cards, they directly were speaking about someone choosing between two people in a relationship, that, like, all it kept on saying is make the choice now, make the choice now. But I felt like I couldn't pick up on the monthly energies yet, because there's something to be happening after the first week of January here. So we're almost into like the end of this week, but we still have a good 4, 5, 6, 7. So we still have a good 5 days. And I really have to trust my instincts. And that's exactly what I said to myself. As much as I want to put your videos out and get all these recordings done, hello Tamara, I really have to trust my guidance that it's not time to put that message out that I was trying to put out. And what I wanted it to be is, what is your surprise? This is what the message was going to be. I made all of the cover photos for every sign. What is your surprise for January? So maybe that's why I wasn't meant to deliver your surprise. But to be honest, I did attempt to do one. I'm like, let me just try and just get the energy and do it. And it was not as clear as I would like it to be. So maybe I'm not even able to pick up what this surprise is. So as I said, I have 3 decks in front of me. You don't see them all. I did pile the cards back on top of each other because they're exactly how they fell out. So I can explain that to you. And I'm sorry about the lighting, guys. I'm in a different location for at least a week and a half now, or will be for the next week and a half. And I was going to, instead of, like, because we have 2 separate stories here that are almost the exact same from these decks. And I'm like, okay, let me pull out another deck and see what's going on here. And as I was shuffling, you'll see on the cover photo, that's right when it landed on my hand. We had the King of Cups land on my hand. So there really is a huge shift, breakthrough, adjustment, explosion that's going to be happening. And as I say that, I'm looking at the Patience card sitting in front of me. And this woman is clearly very, very pregnant, right? But that is something is about to come out. And it's not necessarily, I don't even know. It's not good. It's not bad. It's something of a huge shift because of the fact that it is January. And whether or not, you really change the next year, that's up to you, right? But whether or not it's a brand new you or this and that, it doesn't matter. What you want changes. And the fact that it's the beginning of the year, it motivates you to be like, I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start going there, stop doing this. It's just the energy and it's just the momentum. And I suggest you take advantage of it and push a little bit. Like, have your patience. Hello, Ladybug. Have your patience. But right now is a really good time, because if you settle for shit right now in January, How are you going to be getting out of it, come February, March, April? You already settled for it. So this is the time to do this, okay? I'm going to get into, I'll start with what the first message that came out here. So the first one, I was going to pull some cards and see what's going on here. And this was actually in reverse. It was the King of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups in reverse. So I'm like, what is that? And I just like put it back up right. And I was looking at it. And I was very unsure, and I looked further into it after, but I'll tell you exactly how this came up. So I was very unsure. I'm just like, really? So this could mean so many different things, but I already knew that there's a reason I'm not able to pick up on monthlies, because I had to focus on a collective and see what's going on. So anyhow, clarifying these two, we got the friggin' Tower, but it's not weird that we got the Tower. I expected that, but it's weird because we got very similar message here with the Prince and Princess of Wings and Gems. So that would be the Prince of Pentacles, the Princess of Wings, and the Tower. So then I started looking into the backstory, and I'll start here where I am right now. So we have this Prince and Princess. So that right away tells me probably not a married couple, probably something that may have not really taken off, but you may know each other very well. But with the Tower here, it's just saying, plain and simply, there's going to be a dramatic shift in this situation. It's like the choice has to be made. And it's not just because someone has to make a choice. It's because the universe will no longer allow you to stay somewhere. And I caught myself there because it's in everything. There's only a certain time limit you have before the universe steps in and says, okay, you're not doing anything different. You're not learning a damn thing. You're actually hindering your growth. And they will do something, whether it be seriously an illness or a car accident. Like, it can really get that big. And that is why it's so important to listen to your intuition, to your guides. And I've learned that, right? From a long time ago, I didn't listen, and I had a really huge accident happen that had no reason to happen. Basically 7 doors from my house. My car flipped. I took out 3 poles. I was not speeding. I was almost home. I was going the same street I always take home. It was a freak accident. I heard the message in my head just say to lean back and relax. That's exactly what I did. The ambulance everyone was there, the fire trucks, the news reporters or whatever. Like, I was really quickly taken to the hospital. But from that moment on, I started to listen, not right away. Obviously, there's a huge transition that happened at that point because I realized I'm not invincible. But moving forward with that, I started listening to my instincts because I was literally afraid to not listen to my instincts. And what happened with that accident is I actually got catapulted back into real estate and meeting, like, I want to call him the love of my life, my business partner who passed away. He's like someone who I would never expect to work with, not because of any particular reason, but he was gay, he was handsome, he was really proper, and I was just like my fun, regular, straight, happy self, and we had the best connection ever. Like, we really had each other's backs, but he did pass away, unfortunately. I was definitely meant to team up with him, and I learned so much from him. So that goes, and I already knew I was meant to go back to real estate, but I was postponing it, working in the industry, getting your tips and feeling good with your cash because it's so nice to have cash, whereas real estate, you wait a long time. Anyhow, that's why I'm just giving you the storyline, because someone has taken too long here, and it's just a collective energy. And to be honest, this is what has to happen. It's like a course correction. It's just like the earth will course correct itself. And if it has to regurgitate or do explosions or whatever sort of weather issues it has to have to get itself back to normal when there's fires and all of this stuff, the divine energy will course correct itself as well. Someone doesn't want to make a decision. The decision will be forced to be made. You pick whichever route you take, and you do it. You just have to do it. Someone's going to be left behind. Someone is not going to be left behind. But this is the thing. The message I pulled yesterday said, Even the person that is left behind will find their proper, important, their love, their special person to be with. Hi, Gina. So no matter what, no one's actually left behind, whether it's us or the other person, but a choice has to be made because we're not growing in the stagnant energy. For many of us, we've already started to move forward, which is really healthy and really beautiful. And if not, you're in that process for many of you, right? So there's going to be some sort of a tower moment that happens here. As I looked at that and I realized, okay, these are probably two different scenarios. Maybe it's the married scenario and the unmarried scenario here, because I felt like with a King of Pentacles here and the Ace of Cups, it could be a situation where there's more of a committed relationship. Whereas this one, you know, someone hasn't really made a choice. It never really got to get fully off of the ground. This one, yeah, it probably did get off of the ground. This woman is being carried. She's being cared for. She literally has servants. So there could be someone that, you know, is with a very wealthy man who fully takes care of this person. We still have the tower coming regardless. So you can't hide. It doesn't matter what your wealth status is. It's coming for you because changes are happening now. So after the Tower card for this one, we have the Sun, the Two of Cups, and the Judgment. And I wanted to be as like open-minded and, you know, not so positive, not positive, but I don't want to just turn this back to a relationship going together, because we do have the Sun and the Two of Cups. So I'm like, clearly there was some happiness in this relationship. To get those two cards, those are beautiful cards to have. You know, there's an energy here that there was some sort of bliss, there was some sort of happiness, but the Judgment card came up here. Now, this tells me, I don't know why, I think because it's in a graveyard in this one, there's ghosts from the past that have arisen. But what I truly feel is the ghost from the past is not listening to this person's truest heart, to their, I guess, either one of them, listening to their truest desire. There's some sort of a not, an unmatched, as much as there is harmony here. I still see a very big difference. If someone's very interested in one party and the other person is in their own world. So as happy, it's like someone was living in a dream world in this one. In this group here, it's almost like someone was living in a dream world. You know, here's the Judgment card that dropped. It's like, pay extra attention to me. There's lessons that were meant to be learned here from the past. And that's why it's so important to let go of your past moving forward now. So we have the healing. Okay, and now I remember the message I got from this part of it. So we have the healing, Temperance card here. But for me, that's about a return to somewhere where it is healthier. And I feel with the King of Swords and the Ace of Swords, sorry, King of Cups and the Ace of Swords, this has to do with that king having two different positions. One where he is the provider for whatever scenario, situation he's in, and this other healthy situation where he wants to be, where he desires to be, because of course, if it's healthy, you are drawn there naturally if it's healthy and happy. And with the King of Cups and the Ace of Swords, for me, this has representation of love and truth. So it's the true love energy. We have the Four of Swords here and the Seven of Swords and the Ten of Swords. And I feel like someone had to wake up and someone had to take a good look at themselves and what they truly want and what they've been denying. For some of them, they were, in this situation, they were actually like throwing themselves at parties, or maybe at like, I want to say honestly, like strip clubs or somewhere where there was a lot of women to throw their money around and get the attention off of what they truly had to face. But there has been a wake-up call here, and this person is taking a good look at everything he's been denying himself of, because he's been like, I don't know, this masquerade, I just want to say like masquerade ball or something, just putting on this front. So there's going to be a release with the Four of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. There's not only going to be a release, there's going to be a goodbye. You see that person is literally saying goodbye to the woman in the casket. And the next message moves towards the Knight. I didn't go this far before I started the video, but the Knight of Wands is moving towards the Lovers. So that's moving towards that true love. And then now it's the Queen of Cups. So we have the King and the Queen of Cups here. So you take that message how it resonates with you, okay? So I'm going to go to the next message here. So the next message is the one I picked up that kind of had to do with a couple that's probably not married, okay? Or you don't even have to be a couple at this point because you're not even, you know, it's nothing probably, to be honest with you. I didn't mean to say couple, but a connection is the better word. So the Princess of Wings is being represented as the messenger. And as I read that, we have the Prince of Gems. That's the Prince of, that would be the Page of Pentacles, right? And the Princess of Wings is the Page of Wands. But there's this energy here. I almost feel like this, looking at this. We have someone, because the Prince of Gems is called the Builder. So someone who was focused on other stuff, on building things, on creating things, on new projects, on really being in their masculine energy, which is really interesting because it's almost like this person is a fire energy, right? But no, the fire energy came through the woman, or the feminine energy here. So we have this person, you know, there's similarities here because they're both not married. Maybe they've never been married. Maybe they've had their ups and downs, but I feel like the woman in this connection was the messenger, as in like the one who was brought there to awaken the gentleman here, as to like other things going on in the world besides just continually trying to build all the time. And there's something that happened with this couple here particularly, where, you know, the woman, it looks like, had to turn her back and just be like, I've had enough. I have had enough. Enough is enough. I can no longer try to get this message to you. If you're guarded and you have your guard up, it can't go through. So I'm just turning my focus somewhere else. Bam, the Tower. Because something has to happen here for someone to realize. So whether the Tower moment has already happened or not, the next card is defeat. So in this scenario, I see a complete conclusion, a completion here in order to move forward, because the next card here is the Ace of Cups, and that is in the upright, and it literally says love. So if you relate to this message more, and I'm going to move forward because there's more here, this is saying you're probably, you know, you're not in a married situation, or you may not be dealing with someone that's married. I just feel like there's less responsibilities here, but it doesn't mean that there's no responsibilities here. This person can actually still, they can still live with someone or have some sort of a family dynamic, but there's something there that's not as committed, where here in the first one, it looked like they actually were married, okay? So moving forward here, the Queen of Wings, okay, yeah, I remember now because I looked into this. So we have the Queen of Gems and the Queen of Wings. So regardless of sex, energy, or relation to like whatever, female or masculine energy here, we have both of those energies in a higher form, which is really interesting. The card that was right before that is the Prince of Rose. So roses are the wands, correct? Nope, let me just double check. No, roses are, wait, guys, I just have to correct myself for a moment, sorry. Princess of Wings I was referring to as the Princess of Wands. I don't know why, maybe the W. It's the swords, it's the Princess of Swords. So no wonder she's like had enough and turned her back, and she's like, I can't get this message to you clear enough. You're not paying attention. So anyhow, this is beautiful because now it makes even more sense. We have this Prince of Wands. So this is the energy of coming in and moving forward. And what I feel is that both of these elements, the wing and the gem element, are both going to be moving into this higher status. Take a look, because we have the Queen and the Queen again of both of those elements as well. There's going to be a turnaround here. And I say that it's like the masculine is going to start seeing whoever was ignoring or whoever was too busy is going to start seeing the ways of the air sign, the messenger, the analyst. There's actually going to be a literal switch because both of these cards went on top of each other but opposite sides. And now, look at that. Isn't that interesting? So now this energy, the gem energy, which was this guy, is now facing her, where before she had to turn her back because she had to let go and move on. This person wasn't getting the message. The next card after that is passion, and this is the Ace of Wands. So I feel a strong sexual connection here, a lot of passion. But before I get ahead of myself, I just need to mention it's not going to be easy. We have the Ten of Swords here. There may actually be another cutout and another, I feel like it's not going to be so much of a breakup because I don't feel like you're going to allow someone to get you like that if things are not in order. So maybe during this passionate time you realize, or maybe during this passionate time, one or the other wants to run again, and you're just going to be like, nope, not happening. And this is where we have the Fool card and the Hierophant. Interesting now, because I haven't gone this far. And this is where this energy, this gem that's come up first as a queen, which would be a masculine in his feminine energy, has to come forward as the king and the emperor energy and take care of the home. So that's an interesting little twist, which I didn't expect either. I do want to say thank you for everyone listening this far. It is, if you don't know, it will be my 3-year, right, anniversary on YouTube. It's so weird saying that. This is the day I started, 2 January. It just sounds like it doesn't make sense. Like, really, it's 3 years? Okay, that is crazy. But yeah, so I've been on here for 3 years now. And every time I'm on here for my anniversary, I like to pull some cards. So I'm going to turn my attention to here. And so this is the way it's going to work, guys, because honestly, I'm like into me right now, and I'm into writing my affirmations and planning out my next year and all of that. So I don't feel like pulling a lot of energy, but what I am going to do is I'm going to pull some cards for as many of you as I can, like 1 card each, as I normally do. But I'm not going to explain the card to you. I'm going to tell you the word on the card. And if you're interested, you go and look it up. Thank you, Ashley. You go and look into what that word means to you. And I had someone ask me recently, how do you connect with your guides? So I gave an example of how I recently connected with my guides. Thanks, everyone. And I'm not going to tell you the exact words they told me because I feel like that's my personal business. So what happened is, when you're in the mood, thank you, Gina, when you're in the mood and you're feeling that energy of connection. When I personally had this happen to me, I was in the car. And when I drive, I really do have a connection, but I don't drive much anymore. But I had to rent a car and drive Brooklyn home. So I was feeling the connection energy. And so I was talking to my guides, but I called them angels. And to be honest, angels doesn't come off of my tongue easily to my guides. I can say angels and give you angel messages, no problem. But when I'm speaking to my guides, I don't know why, but I don't feel like calling them angels. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me. So what happened is I said to myself, to my guides, I was like, okay, so if angels doesn't resonate, what should I call you, is what I said. And literally, as I said that, because I was at a stoplight, I looked over and there was a word that looked similar to the name of an animal, but it was spelt differently. But at first I saw that animal name and then I'm like, oh, it's spelt differently, big time. And I said, okay, so I said that to them, like the name of the animal. So I said, you want me to call you that? Is that what you want me to call you? I'm like, okay, fine, cool. And I knew there was more of a message, and I went home and I looked up that animal. And I normally, to be honest, I've actually noticed that animal a bit more lately, but I have no interest in that animal. but looking it up, this animal is much stronger than I could ever have imagined. This animal is known to be a guardian, and I just got nonstop messages just from looking up in that way, and I knew that that was my angels, or whatever you want to call them, expressing themselves to me in a way that's comfortable. So if you want to get, like, this is great practice for you. Thank you, Suzanne. Happy New Year to everyone. This is great practice for you to connect with your message. I can give you the message I get for you, but right now I'm reserving my energy. This is an intense week. It's going to be a very intense week. And I just want to give back, because I do feel like I want to give, but I can't give you guys the full message. Okay, guys? So if you do want a card, I will literally pull the card. Let me give you an example. It says harmony. Okay, I'll show you the card. You got the word, you got the number, you do the research. Okay, guys? So I'm going to turn my attention over to the comments. And if you are interested, I'm going to start off though with Gina, because I know Gina would want one, and Gina is a sweetheart, and thank you so much for the gift you gave me. So I'm just gonna pull one for you now, Gina, so I don't have to look for you in the comments, and I know you're on here on top of that. So what's the word for Gina is abundance. This is actually the King of Pentacles. So you go take that. Take a look at that, right? The moon, the sun, the rainbow. This guy is so happy. Enjoy that message, Gina. He's sitting on a book. That's beautiful. Take a look at that, okay? So let's see what else is going on here. Okay. Thank you. Warriors. Okay, we'll start with you, Ruth. Hi, Ruth. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all of the readings you've gotten over the past year. Ruth, okay, cards are coming out, good ones. You got the ripeness. So this is the Nine of Pentacles. Take a beautiful look. I did a very long video on this card recently, and I spoke about Adam and Eve, but the Adam's apple. So there you go, Ruth. So let's see where else. I'm just moving down the line as I can here. Sorry, I'm hearing about, okay, let's see, where do I go? Oh, that's you, Ruth. Okay, congrats on the 3 years. I just want to know who wants a card, because I don't want to pull a message for you to not want to look up the info. Okay, Roberta Ann, you have Beyond Illusions. So take a really good look at that card. You go and get the message. I believe it's the Judgment card. I'm not even going to look it up. It's XX, but oh yeah, it's Judgment. It's the Judgment card if you want to look up the actual card, but that's your message, okay? Mary Magdalene speaks. I'm going to pull for you. I'm just seeing which I see on here. So I'm only taking one, and you have the Four of Water. Four of Cups, and this is about turning in. So, you know, I'm not going to get into it, but you do what you got to do with that message, and you take a look at the pictures in the background, okay? That's for you to figure out. Thank you so much. And Jill. Okay, Jill, let's see what happens. So I'm taking the top for you, though many came out. Consciousness and I know this card has to do with Buddha. This is possibly the Ace of Air, because there is no symbol in there, but this is the sign of air. And the only ones that have no symbols are the Ace. So you may want to look that up. You may want to look up Buddha. You see the chakra highlighted. Take a good look. You find out what that has to do for you. Consciousness is the word. Thank you very much. Bits Mina, I'm going to pull for you. Integration. And I'll be honest, it somewhat came up a little bit crooked. So you might want to think about integration, but you look up what that means for you. I do want to tell you the XIV. Is it? No, is it? Oh, it is. The oh no, I'm looking at the wrong one. Interesting. I want to tell you the word on the card is, because you might want to look it up. That's the Temperance card. Good to know. This deck is fairly new to me, as many of you will know. Inks, INX. Yes, you can. So inks, you have the Six of Swords and it is the Burden card. Take a good look at that picture. I feel like you guys got to really take a look at the picture, and this is going to help you get the message, but it says the burden. So look up the word burden, look up the word you guys get, and then get the pros and the cons of the word for you and just work with it, okay, guys? Rebecca, you got transformation, so we know this is the Death card. Take a beautiful look at that. Or look at that beauty, I should say. That is beautiful. Check out the word transformation. Should be going in a little bit of order. Okay, D. D. Okay. I'm going to start going in order from D. So D, you got the Lovers. I picked it up somewhat in reverse. For some reason, am not feeling that is very important. I don't want to put these cards in reverse. They don't have reversal messages in the books, but I always acknowledge that. So you could be going through some rough times, but check it out. Look at the picture and see what that means for you, okay? And that is number 6 if you want to look up the number as well. So Leisha, yes, or Leah, sorry, I don't know why I said Leisha, but Leah. Why can't I pronounce it? It is, okay. It's the Two of Swords, and why is it tricking my mind? Whatever, it says synchrophenia, but it's not, I'm not pronouncing it right at all. So you're gonna have to really go look up this one by yourself. I feel like I'm confusing it with like 5 different words. And it's actually bringing a lot of chaos to my mind and actually made my mind hurt. I know what this card is about. Take a good look at that picture. There's someone hanging on to something and they got to let go. So maybe your head's hurting. Okay, thank you so much. And let's go to Mark. Hi, Mark. Yeah, here's a card for you. Thank you so much. You've been around forever. So Mark, you have the Eight of Swords, and this is guilt. Now, let me tell you something. I got a message, and I'm telling you, Mark, because you've been here forever. And I got a message literally almost before this video about guilt. And because I was doing some research, there is going to be a lot of guilt energy in this year because people are going to have to make decisions to do something. And there's always, when you have the separation, there's always that feeling of like, oh shoot, did I do the right thing? I don't know if that's relevant for you or what. I do want to, here, I'll just put my hair down for a second. Sorry. I do want you to take a good look at that card though and notice that there's clawing at the head. So Mark, that's the message for you to work with. Thank you so much. And let's see who else we have. Giovanna. Yes, okay, I got it right because your name is so close to mine. Why? I don't know. Words can sometimes mess with my brain. It's really weird. So you have the Eight of Wands, which is a beautiful card, and it's called traveling. If you take a good look at that picture, you do the work and you see what this means to you. But that's your message, Giovanna. Mystic Gigi. And it's weird. Your name is like similar to my first and last name. And I know I've said that to you before, but like both, that's not a coincidence. So Mystic Gigi, let's see what we get for you. Okay, so you have the Five of Cups. You know what that energy is about. You can look that up. But the word on here is clinging to the past. So it could mean anything, whatever it means to you. Maybe you've let go of clinging to the past, or maybe you're clinging to the past. These cards are for you to figure out the message for yourself. Thank you so much, Mystic Gigi. Okay, Angel. I feel like I spelled angel wrong the other day. That word always gets me, but no, I didn't. I spelled it right. I don't know if yours, I don't know. Anyhow, that word always gets me, and now you just throw me off there. Anyhow, you have what do I want to say? Ground zero, the Fool. So you take that message. I haven't got a good look at this card, but you take a good look at it. Okay, thank you so much. Christina. Ooh, you got the King of Fire, Christina. This is the Creator. I want to not cover the words for you guys. Whoa, I almost feel like he's like lighting up right there when I move it. So you look at that. That's the King of Wands, King of Fire. And Reina. Reina, why do I feel like I know that name? So Reina, you got playfulness. Now this would be, I want to say, the Page of Fire. There is a possibility it's the Knight, but because it's playful energy, I feel like that would be the younger energy. But this is the word playfulness. You take a good look. I'm really getting to see these cards. Take a good look there, because this is a bizarre card, okay? That's for you, Reina. I don't know if you see, like, it's a clown in a see-through suit. I don't know if it's a man or a woman. I don't know. Okay, so let's see what else I have here. Okay, Mystic. I'm happy. At least that means you understand the message. Thank you so much. You're welcome. You're all welcome. Okay, Intuition Goddess. Yes, Intuition Goddess. Here is the card for you. So I don't know if you saw how that card came out, landed on my hand. Those are usually very important messages. You do have the Sorrow card, and this is the Nine of Swords. The good thing I'm going to tell you is the next stage is the Ten of Swords, where you can drop all that energy. But it looks like, take a good look at that card. And you do the research you got to do. You have to look at the card and pick up the messages you get, because I see a whole lot in this card. So I hope you do too, so you can get your message. Okay, so Anita and Tawana, if you want one, let me know. But Anita, your message is completion. This is my favorite card here, because I have done some reading on this card, and it has to do with you being able to put all the puzzle pieces together, and you finally got that last piece. And that last piece is actually about the third eye chakra. So you do your work, but completion, okay? And Tawana Lane. You have the Eight of Cups, and this is letting go. Okay, so you take that message, Tawana, and you do the research. Tamara. Wait, Tamana. Oh, that was Tamana. Sorry. Okay, it's the same thing then. So that's you. And yes. Leohi. Te Avura Swilin Leohi. That's a long name. You know who you are. Receptivity. This card I am quite familiar with because I love it. It's the Queen of Cups. So you take a good look at that. You do what you got to do with that. Receptivity is the word. Let's see who else. Oh, wait, before I start. Ashley, yes. Ashley, hi. And Nico. Okay, Ashley. Ooh, you got the Empress, Ashley. Creativity. So you take a good look at that. Number 3. You look into that. And Nico, right? Nico, is that what it was? Sorry, I'm just trying to... okay, Nico. Okay, Prez. You got maturity. This would be the Ace of... Pentacles. You got the Ace of Pentacles. That's amazing because there's no number there. It's the rainbow. Rainbows are pentacles. You got maturity. Take a look at that. Let me just show it to you really well. I want to look at them and I forget, like, show you guys the cards. Show you guys the cards. You're going to get your own message. So thank you so much, Nico. Liz 333. Liz 333. Friendliness. You got the Two of Cups. Ooh, beautiful. And you're welcome. You're welcome, lady with the long name. Dawn. Yes, Dawn. Hi, Dawn. Thank you so much. And you have the... I'm going to say this direction is the Page, okay, of Swords. Whether it's the Page or the Knight, it's not the King or the Queen. But... it says mind. Okay, so you take a look, do what you got to do with that picture, and you know, it's a strong picture. Okay, so woo woo, I take it you probably want a card. I'm gonna go with that. So woo woo, you got the Queen of Swords, and I'll tell you this. I want to tell you one thing, because this card comes with a little bit of a warning, and they say, like, don't turn into an old prune. And I always notice that and remember this because I'm a Queen of Swords, right? So, like, of course, when I read that, I'm like, what the frig? Just, you know, stay soft, girl. Look up the Queen of Swords. Look up what she represents to you. Look at the pros and the cons about that and get the message you need to get, okay? So, you're all welcome. I'm going to look here. Jin. Okay, Jin. Let's see what card you get. Well, I don't know if that card flipped over on its own or not, but I'm going to see what comes up. Courage. So you have the Strength card. Take a good look at that and see what it means for you. And there you go. Okay. Now, where am I at? Oh, June, I did. Steph. Steph, yes, you can get a card. You're welcome, Ashley. Steph, you got the Three of Wands, and it's called, the word on there is experiencing. So you take the message you get from that. Experiencing. Oh, Zoe. Zoe, I'd pull a card for you, and you're going to get the message on your own. I'm not giving messages. But the sentence is going with the flow, and that is the Ace of Cups. So you figure out what that means for you. Take a look at that picture. And Triffness, I'm going to do for you. You have comparison. Oh, I know this card, but you take a look at what it means to you. And it's number 5. It's the 5 of Swords. So you check that message out. And I'm going to pull for 5 more people because I already feel my energy depleting. Sorry, guys. Hi, Star Entertainment. Or Sheila, or whatever that may be, a shy. I can't really see from this far. So Star Entertainment, you have the 9 of Wands. The word on this card is exhaustion. This is about a very hardworking person, by the way, but you look it up on your own and see what comes out. And Danielle, I'm going to pull for you. Hi, Danielle. I feel like I've done some readings for you. Thank you so much. Danielle, you got the Control card. Now, this is the King of Swords. Whoa. Took me a second there, but it came to me. That's the King of Swords you got there. So you look that up. The word is control. And I'll do 3 more. True love. I'm not sure if I pulled for true love. True love, you got the Master. This would be very interesting. This would be, that is so bizarre. Oh, because it is the Magician. That's why, right? Yeah, because it's ground 0. No, ground 0 is the Fool, 0, and then the Magician. So it is the Magician. So you got the Master. Ooh. Now that's quite interesting. Take a good look at that. Okay, I already feel that was your card, True Love. Shiny Kitty Queen, here you go. Hi, thank you so much. I know I always see your comments on the channel. So you got the 8 of Pentacles, and the word is ordinariness. So you take a look at what that means for you. It's a really interesting message because it has to do with work, but ordinariness, you know. Okay, and for, no, Experience, thank you much. What deck is this again? This is the Osho Zen. So let's see who I've missed. Roman 1, I haven't pulled for you. And you have the Two of Wands, and it is moment to moment. Also, Nuna Bay Moon, I want to pull for you. You have Rebirth, and this is the Ten of Swords. And I'm going to pull one more, guys, and I got to go after because honestly, I'm feeling it. Sorry, guys. Jeanette Hood, let's go with you. But there's one more person I wanted to pull for. Jeanette, you have Politics. I have not saw this card yet. I feel like there was one more person. Nicole, I didn't give an explanation. I just told you maturity. So you have to look it up. That's why you didn't get you missed nothing. But you can rewind the video if you think you missed something. Sorry. Okay, guys, there was someone I felt very guided to pull one for. Oh, Yartsa, I'm just pulling you a card and you can figure out the meaning, but I was guided to pull one for you. You actually got the Four of Wands, participation. So take a look at that, and I'm sure you know what the meaning of the Four of Wands is. And I thank you all so much. I thank you for your likes. I thank you for your subscriptions. Hi, everyone. I just can't do anymore. I'm like, oh, I gotta go. So I'm sorry, and I thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's my 3rd year up on here. Right? Like I feel like I got it just 17 to 18, 18 to 19, 19 to 20. It's my 3rd year. It just, you know, when someone asks you your age and you like forget and you have to do the math. I don't know if that's happened, but it's happened to me. And I'm like, oh my God. It happened today. Someone asked me my age, if I was of legal age. And I had to think about it for a second. Like I knew I was, but I was going to say 19 instead of my age. And I'm like, what the heck? So anyhow, guys, I gotta go. I'm tired. But thank you so much, everyone. And I really appreciate you being here for this like and all that stuff. Let me know what you're looking for in 2020 in regards to readings. Give me some feedback because I want to really focus the channel on helping you guys. So, you know, I feel like I know what I need to know for myself. It's time for me to spread to you guys what you want to hear and what you want to know about. And I'll tell you, so many people are like, they don't want the karmic, but then why are my karmic videos my top watched videos? Okay. So the karmic videos are not going to be gone. But you know, maybe I'll switch up the way I deliver it or something. And I do want to focus more on the feminine, but obviously we still want to know what's going on with the masculine. So just let me know what you guys want to hear about. But yeah, I had so many people say like, oh, I'm so happy the karmic videos aren't going to be around. Well, I didn't say that. I just said I'm not going to focus on karmic so much. But really, they are my #1 watch videos, and they're very entertaining. So just take the entertainment factor of it. Otherwise, I think that's it for now, guys. I'm just so tired. That when I do these live ones, like I already feel some energy coming a little back, but they really take the energy out of a reader if you do like these live, like little spontaneous, you know, gifts. I don't know why, but it really takes some energy. But I really don't mind. I'm just going to set my boundaries, you know. Okay, bye, guys. Thank you so much for being here and being a part of my journey. Ciao for now. There. I was like, where do I go to turn this off? Here. Bye.